Good evening, everyone. First of all, my apologies for a few minute delay in starting this. Someone once jokingly said that IST in India actually does not mean Indian Standard Time. It means Indian Stretchable Time. So my sincere most apologies. The IT team was figuring out something, and in this world of Jio versus Airtel, the only thing which I have come to a conclusion that none of the service providers are reliable. So for the next 1.5 hours, our agenda is going to be to discuss about the various questions which you have got in the IIFT form which is to be filled, and we'll keep on discussing at any point of time. If you feel that there is any question which you have to ask, feel free to stop me then and there, and keep on putting the questions on the right side. It's all visible to me, and I will be answering the question as and when the opportunity arises. I've got a form out here with me, and I'll be going through the questions one by one. However, in the meanwhile, to make the life easy for both the sides, I'm going to also take use of the PowerPoint slides, because then in that case we will be having the advantage of just some written text which we can refer to while the discussion amongst us is going on. The moment I look at the questions over here, and here I move on to the slide which is there. The first and foremost question is filling IIFT CV form, how and why? Now, why is it so important that we are spending and devoting so much time to learn about this particular form as to what is to be filled, what is not to be filled, what to do, what not to do? Because though I would love to congratulate you for securing a call, and definitely you have made the first round cut, but let me also caution you against one thing. This was the easiest round which you could have crossed. The real challenge starts now, because till now you have typically contested with the people who have who were actually never your competitors in the first place, and now you are going on to perhaps the set of people who were anyway your only competitor at the first go, and you have to compete against them. Moving quickly, if I talk about question number 1 to 11, question number 13, question number 14, and question number 15. I'm talking about 1 to 11, question number 13, question number 14, and question number 15. All these questions are data based, and hence I feel that there is no input needed from my end as far as these specific questions are concerned. However, I would be also pausing here for a couple of minutes and looking at the doubts, if you have any, with regard to if you have got any doubts with regard to the set of questions which I have talked about, please go ahead and ask the questions. Yes, for these set of questions, if you have got any doubts, I'll be waiting for the questions to pop up. Any questions on the right side? I'm waiting for 1 minute. I'm very patient. Don't worry about it. Question number 1 to 11. Question number 13. Question number 14 and question number 15. In my opinion, these are all the questions which test primarily about data. If you have any questions, please shoot across. I'm waiting for the next 1 minute. Any question till this point? I will be waiting for the questions and you can shoot across. May I move ahead? Can I have a yes or no from the viewers out here? And I also hope I am visible and loud enough. Can I move ahead? Can I have some indication from the viewers? Okay. So I've got the first question out here. It is okay. Fair enough. So AIEACC is a professional body. Can we mention it in the form? Question number 13 is the question from Sahib Arora. Number 13, academic. Yes, Sahib, you can do that. Sakshi Tripathi asked that I had a blog, but it is not active now. Should I still mention it? Yes, please do. And at the same time, Sakshi, be ready about why you have discontinued using the blog. Be ready about this question, that why are they going to, why did you discontinue and whether you want to restart it or not. Then I move to the next question, which is from Priyanka Kaushik. Priyanka talks about articles and research paper contribution national into academic journals, magazines, newspapers, blogs. Priyanka, you have done diploma in classical singing. It cannot be included in the answer for question number 14. I'm sorry, you'd not be able to use that. College training and placement cell, when you're talking about the professional body, I would not consider that to be a professional body unless and until you have got some very tangible proof to show that, Sahib. Aditya Bansal, having known any foreign language creates what kind of impression? Aditya, I will wait for this when we come to the last question, wherein we talk about that is there something else which you'd like to share which helps your candidature. Then in that case, I will be taking up this question. So please keep your question towards the end and we'll be taking this up. Sakshi, I hope I have answered to your question. Priyanka, I have done that. Sumit, no. Kshitij Arora, All India Radio is a professional body. Radio Compare for a small program of 30 minutes. Can I mention this in question number 13? Kshitij, my only point over here is it is talking about a membership. It is not talking about if you have performed or not. So the question which you are talking about would be more suited towards question number 12. It cannot come under question number 13, wherein we are talking about membership of a professional body. Sahib, regarding school activity, is it okay to me? Is it okay to mention junior middle school activity? Sahib, to be honest, avoid that, because at that point of time, many of the activities which you would have done, perhaps your parents were to be more complimented for that rather than you. So I would advise you, however, if you don't have any school level activities, then rather than leaving it blank, you may mention that as well. Any other questions? For the next 30 seconds, I'll be waiting and then I'll be moving on to the next part. Next 30 seconds, if you have any other questions, please shoot. I'll be waiting for you people. Any other question from the audience? Kshitij Arora, sir, I have given occasionally many programs from 2004 to 2008 for which I used to receive some money also. Kshitij, I completely agree to it. When we talk about membership and when we talk about performing, it's two different genre altogether. For example, someone may be a film actor but may not be a part of the film or a member of the Film Federation of India. So please understand the difference between the two. You were selected through an audition, that's your achievement. Mention that in the achievement, don't mention that in your membership of an academic and professional body. That's not a membership. That is your achievement. Mention that as an achievement. Don't mention that as a membership. It does not fit in there. Any other questions or do I move ahead? Priyanka Kaushik, where should I mention my singing diploma, which was a 6 years course? Priyanka, just wait for some time. Let me come to question number 26 and then I'll be sharing with you where you can use this piece of information. Any other questions till this part? Sai Arora, 2 internships during college. Yeah, do mention that. Final year project is not an internship. So if you have got 2 internship, I think you should better mention the internship only unless and until you have done some very phenomenal work in your final year project too. And Sahib, in case you are a fresher, you may still consider it. If you are having work-ex, in that case, I will strongly suggest you not to use unless and until you have done something exceptionally great and you want to be grilled on that. Friends, can we move ahead? Okay. Again, Sahib, the point is, I leave that to your discretion. If you think you have done some real phenomenal work, please do mention it. Ayush says, I have joined a bit late. There are various important positions of responsibility in college and school. So do mention that. Okay, so let me now move to the next part which is there. Let's come to question number 12, wherein you have to share the details about your extracurricular activities. I have got 2 pointers, 2 tips, 2 clues for you. Go in the order of importance and level. International first, national comes second, then state, then so on and so forth. Tip number 2, nowhere does it ask for certificates. So please keep in mind, whenever you'll be filling these forms, there are going to be 2 type of forms which you'll be filling. Maybe SP Jan always asks for that you need to have certificates to support whatever you are claiming. Whatever I could read through this form, nowhere it talks about that you need to show the certificate to do it. Then in that case, if you feel it is you don't have a certificate but are also crammed to show it, in that case I will suggest you that you may mention 1 odd. That does not mean That all that you will be doing is you'll be mentioning only those activities wherein you don't have the certificates. If it boils down to that, do mention one or two where you don't have certificates. Otherwise, go to point number one or tip number one, that go in the order of importance and level. People talk about chronology, people talk about reverse chronology. My simple advice is I don't subscribe to any one of them. I would rather tell you that go in the order of importance and level. International first, national next, and then the state. Now, at this point of time, again for question number 12, I have shared my 2 pennies which is there. One is I talked about nowhere does it ask for certificates. Please, you can share few of the activities wherein you don't have the certificate. Point number 2, go in the order of importance. Don't go in the order of chronology or reverse chronology. It does not make much of sense to me. Any questions for this? Please go ahead, shoot. Any questions, any pointers for question number 12? I'll be more than happy to answer. Please go ahead. Question number 12, any pointers? Priyanka Kaushik, does this extracurricular include money collection campaigns? Priyanka, was it done under some banner? If it was done under some banner, then you may mention that. If it was done on a personal level or few group of friends, then I would suggest you don't mention this money collection campaigns, because you will have no tangible proof to show the same. Rajiv says, can we leave out question number 12 if we don't have any significant achievements? Rajiv, I will, strongly suggest that don't leave that all blank. It always talks about extracurricular activities. If you have got an achievements, nothing like this. Otherwise, talk about whatever best you can come up with. Leaving blank, it does not give a good impression about your candidature. Priyanka, if you have done it under Helpage India, then in that case, you can go ahead and share the same. That, yes, this was a money collection thing which we had done. Rajiv, can we mention social activities like blood donations and all? If you have, again, done it under some banner, please do mention it. If not, then don't. Siddharth goes, does organizing college level cultural and technical festival events would come under extracurricular? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes, Siddharth. Any other questions? For the next 1 minute, I'll be waiting for questions, and then I will be moving on to Aditya Bansal, social work worker as trainee for Clean Ganga Mission. I hope you have got a certificate and few photographs. Aditya, you can mention that. One minute, I'll be waiting for any other questions. If you have, then you can go ahead and shoot. When you think we can move ahead, Ayush, I think you have joined a little late. My first one of the pointers only was that one odd or two couple of cases where you don't have certificates, you can always mention that. That shouldn't be a problem. Give me a go ahead when you think we can move ahead. If you have any questions, shoot. We'll be waiting for, I'll be waiting for 30 seconds odd. Yes, Chitij, you can do that. Question number 12. Chitij, the answer is nodal member for Inter NIT Conclave. Question number 12. Can we further move? Okay, so now comes the interesting set of questions as I will talk about. Let's talk about question number 16. Describe in short what are your favorite areas of discussion in social networking websites. What I would like to do is, I would like you people to actually type what are your favorite areas of discussion in social networking sites. I will wait for your answers for 2 minutes and then only I'll be sharing my 2 paisa on it. Please type what are your favorite areas of discussion in social networking sites. Please do that. I'm waiting for your answer. Your favorite areas of discussion in social networking sites. So Rajiv says sports or gaming. Go ahead, I'm waiting for the other responses. Naman Singhal says sports. Others, I don't get into discussion on social network, but I do have a look at them and try to understand different points of view. I'm not much active on social network, but if I come across something worth spreading from web or anywhere else, I share it on social network, which includes moral issues, environmental issues, self-help. Okay. Ankit Kapil talks about Kashmir issue. Aditya Bansal says politics, science, food. Chitij says Kashmir, Syria, and self-improvement. Others, I'm waiting for more response. Others, I'm waiting for more response. Akshit Tripathi says creative works of art, marketing agencies, artists, writers, current affairs, and soccer forums. Others, Devraj talks about motivation. Ayush Vijay, different technologies, facts, life, politics. Please remember, it does not ask what do you post. It asks what are your favorite areas of discussion in social networking websites. Areas of discussion, it does not ask what do you post. Sai Arora says politics, any big event that happens anywhere, not confined to a particular kind. Nikhil Diman talks about sports, mathematics. Also, I read answers on Quora on many topics and answer about some of them, no particular topic. Okay, good. Now, let me share my 2 paisa on it. Why is this question asked in the first place? It is being asked because it helps you to understand, it helps me to understand you as a person. With increasing number of data churning out, that more and more people are spending higher and higher amount of time on social media. Whatever you discuss somewhere also reflects your personality. So when I come to know of what are your favorite areas of discussion, it helps me understand you as a person. It helps me understand your various personality attributes. Now, how to answer it? Relate it to your hobbies, relate it to your interest areas, relate it to your role models. You can also relate it to flaunt your awareness of contemporary things, provided you are aware about the contemporary things. If you are not much aware about the contemporary things, this can be a landmine from where you'll never be able to recover. Once again, just repeating whatever I have shared just now. Why is this question being asked? This question is being asked because it will help the interviewer understand you as a person, your likes, your personality traits, your viewpoints, and how you can use it to your advantage, related to your hobbies, related to your interest areas, related to your role models. You can also relate it to flaunt your awareness of contemporary things, which comes with a disclaimer. Don't try to flaunt something which you don't have in the first place. It's going to be a suicide mission from where you will never come back. You can always, I talked about hobbies, interest areas, role models related to that. And then the way, if you share it that way, you will always have questions in the interview which you anyway would like to answer in the first place. Go ahead. Now I'll be again waiting for questions to pop up. I have shared my 2 PASA. I talked about they want to understand the various attributes of your personality. What to do, I have talked about related to your role model, related to your hobbies. You can always talk about contemporary issues. My only submission over there is don't try to step on that landmine which is there. Priyanka Kaushik talks about, I do have a look on food related videos and recipe. Can I write the same? Priyanka, my first question to you is, I don't know why, but I have got some kind of indication. Are you by any chance an introvert person? Because your answers, especially to this question, it throws a question mark to me. Had I been a potential recruiter or interviewer, that your personality is somewhat on the introvert side. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. I'm just trying to connect the dots the way you have been sharing your answers. Others, please keep on shooting your questions and I will try to help you frame the answers. Okay, so Priyanka, I stand corrected. I just got that feel. Others for question number 16. Favorite areas of discussion in social networking websites. Social networking websites area of discussion. Nikhil, they have asked us about our Facebook links. I do not participate in discussions on Facebook. So is this a problem if my Facebook wall does not contain such posts? Nikhil, where have they asked about your Facebook links? Is it a part of this question or is it or have they asked it in the soft copy? I will be sharing a sample answer which is there, but rather I would love to have few sample answers from you people in the first place. Anirudh Vishal, my Facebook account is private. How would they judge me based on that? Again, I am still waiting for an answer from Nikhil. Question number 7. They talk about okay. So Ankit Kapil says, will it be okay if I explain my interest in just one line and move on to the next interest? My answer is no, Ankit. That does not tell me much about you. I'm asking you to write this form because I want to understand and know more about you, and you're not giving me a chance, so I would not be very happy with you. Anirudh, you are the safest if your Facebook account is private. And anyway, one of my simple pointers is that a lot of you would be having the setting in which only friends are able to see. So in that case, anyway, and I'm not very sure about how they are actually going to widget, this may be a part of a larger scheme of things, which perhaps see, to be honest with you people, there is one problem with which these schools are grappling quite a lot. That one problem is about how to keep on connectedness with their alumni. So there has been one discussion going on at various B schools. I'm talking about the leadership level, wherein they are saying that if at the time of admission only we are able to gather and capture the LinkedIn profile of our students and the other social media profile, these are the things which generally don't change over the years. That may be one of the reasons why they have asked for their LinkedIn, for your LinkedIn and FB profiles. Apart from that, I'm pretty sure they are not going to peep into your profiles and then try to learn and understand more about you. That you can be more or less convinced about. They are not going to do the same. So that talks about, I have no particular discussion area on social media. It is more of like random stuff, be technology, food, and sometimes sports. I sometimes like to post some answers on mathematics related to website like brilliant.org. Can I write about, I like to work on social issues, bringing smile to needy brings me immense happiness, along with examples like Priyanka, you can write this, but this is not related to question number 16. It is not a part of what you do that on social media platforms, social networking websites. Now, let me share a sample answer which you may like to consider. Again, when I'm talking about a sample answer, it absolutely varies from individual to individual. Don't think that this is going to be the answer, or if your personality is not suited that way, then still you're going ahead with that answer which is there. So I will be just talking about 2-3 sample answers which you can talk about. Number one, I generally don't spend too much time on social media, and I primarily use that for connecting with my friends. Once in a while, if I find something very interesting and worth spreading, I share that. And at times when there are intellectual discussions going on, I be a part of that. But over there also, I don't have any fixed set of or any fixed set of topics wherein I like to share or express my viewpoints or get into a discussion mode. This works best if you are one person who's not very active on social media, social networking websites, are more into posting photographs, sharing updates of friends, and maybe a few of the life events. It works well for you. Number two, with a large part of our leisure time for our generation being spent on social networking sites, I effectively use that to hone my skills, learn new things, and at the same time share with others the relevant things. Few of my areas of interest include Alpha, Beta, and Charlie, and I'm generally passionate about these things. Again, works best for you if you are active on social media. Keep on visiting stuff related to certain areas and are more into sharing the stuff and not much about writing it all yourself. Sample number 3. I do spend a large part of my leisure time on social networking websites, and few of the areas wherein I contribute to the discussion include again A, B, and C. This is valid for those set of you who have got a very strong opinion, who are very vocal about your opinion, and they keep on sharing very proactively. So I have taken 3 sample answers. Sample answer number 1, it was for people who are relatively less active on social media networking sites. Number 2, who are active but more into photographs and posts. Number 3, or rather I have shared 4, and number 3 I am talking about those who learn, who share, don't post themselves much. Number 4, in social media languages, in lingo, some of them are called bhakts, some of them are called aptad, some of them are called kongis. I don't want to get into them. If you have any one of them, I have absolute respect for all the 3 categories. You can talk about that. These are the few things I am passionate about, and I keep on sharing my viewpoints on this. These are few of the sample answers which you can use. If you have got any questions, next 1 minute, I'll be quickly taking the questions and moving ahead. Please shoot if you have got any questions. Can I write about I like to work on? Priyanka, again, my point is question number 16 is very categorically about what you do on social media. You teach your worker's daughter, that's not a part of what you are discussing on social media. Please understand that small dynamics. Over here, the talk is all about the virtual world. It's nothing to do with real world. But again, the fact of the matter is a large part of our personality is anyway it's a great mirror of our personality these days. Devras, does interest need to be in relevant current situation? The answer is no. Any other questions? Please go ahead. Any other questions you want to ask, or should I move to the next question? Devraj, it can be. It can be about, I always love to have a look at the most beautiful destinations across the world. Traveling is my hobby. It can be anything. It is nothing to do with one specific thing. There is no right, no wrong answer about it. Okay. I know, Aditya, many questions left. Question number 17, professional achievement in short and long run. I would like to rephrase it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 15 years? Earlier, a question which used to be a trademark, it has been rephrased as professional achievement in short and long run. My tips, don't carried away by designation. In 5 years' time, I see myself as a consultant. In 15 years of time, I see myself as a CEO. In 5 years' time, I see myself as a manager or senior manager. In 15 years, I see myself as a vice president. Focus in this answer about the work which you'd like to do. Share the industry and profile you'd like to work at. Don't get carried away by designation. And last, perhaps one of the most important points, when sharing about the long term, also include the personal goals, social sensitivity aspect. So 15 years down the lane, while I see myself as a decision maker, contributing to the top line or bottom line of the organization I am associated with and leading its various initiatives and growth strategies, I also see myself as an individual who's committed to social goals, helping society at large, and also a loving father and a doting husband, or a caring mother and a doting wife What it tells me is that when you're giving the answer, you're able to look at the bigger pictures. You're not just being myopic. You're talking about professional life, you're talking about social sensitivity, you're talking about your personal life. That gives me a feel that, okay, here is a person who's able to balance the various priorities of life and comes across as a multitasker. I will leave this slide here for 30 seconds. You can just have a look at it again, and then I go back and we'll be taking questions based on this. Questions, if any, please shoot across. Questions related to where do you see yourself in a short and long term? Questions, if any, please shoot across. It is nothing but it has just rephrased the earlier question wherein it used to ask where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 15 years? That including professional as well as family, social. So when I'm talking about the social sensitivity, Priyanka, that is essentially a part of your professional life only. There is a something called big five factors, big five personality factors. So if you look at the broader scheme of organizational behavior, it is very much a part of it. Family related goal, you may not. I would still suggest you must mention it. You may drop that, but social, definitely yes. Any other questions? Moving on to the next question, how do you consider yourself suitable for a career in management? It's an amalgamation of actually 3 questions. Let me share the 3 questions with you. The 3 questions are: what are your strengths? Why do you want to do an MBA? And why should we select you? How to answer it? Please share what is your understanding of managerial qualities. Please also try to somehow highlight which of these qualities do you already have. And whatever qualities you are talking about, please substantiate them with examples. I am again saying, if I rephrase the question, it is an amalgamation of 3 questions. What are your strengths? Why do you want to do an MBA and why should we hire you? My tips for this: share your understanding of managerial qualities. Share which of these do you have. Substantiate them with examples. Talking about a sample answer, you can always talk about that the world or history has been witness that change has been brought about by people who have always had the uncanny ability to question and question the status quo, had the ability to look around, look within, look ahead, and also could grasp the bigger picture much ahead than others. When I look forward to a career in management, I think these are the core competency which any successful manager can have. Doing a self introspection of my own personality and profile, since my school days, since my college days, this, and this is where you'll be talking about your strengths, and you'll be also highlighting that, hey, this is what I have. So what essentially you are trying to put across is that these are the few things which are needed to be a successful manager, how managers have played an important role in the world, and then you're also trying to put across that, you know what, I actually do have many of them. Please remember one thing. Don't say you have got all of them, because the moment you say you have got all of them, pat comes the question, if you have got all of them, then anyway, why do you want to do an MBA? You anyway have got all the managerial qualities. Go ahead, say I've got few of them and I look forward to learning the remaining one, and that is where I'm here to do my MBA and learn the remaining attributes which I don't have as of now. Ayush, I could not understand your question wherein you are saying we really have space for giving example of each quality. If you have space, please give. By any chance, do you mean to say you really don't have space? If you don't have space, pick any two qualities and give their examples. Devraj is talking about a manager should be a good learner. Okay, so Devraj is talking about himself as having as being a good learner, good academics, and I think the third word which you have mispronounced, it was supposed to be adaptable. Works fine. Devraj, you need to give the examples for each one of this which you have talked about. Questions? I'm again waiting for a minute for questions. If you have any, and then I'll be moving ahead. Any questions, or you can just give me the nod to move ahead. Yeah, Ditya, I could understand it. So that's what my point is. Just substantiate on one or two qualities. You can always substantiate given the space which is there. Substantiate upon two qualities, that will do the trick for you. Devra says move ahead. No one else has got a question, so here I move ahead. I move to the next question which is there. Creative piece of work or innovation or working in a startup. Why is this question being asked? This is being asked to understand your ability to work in a dynamic, non-regular, ever-changing environment. The world today is not what it earlier used to be. Ever-changing, dynamic, regular things are past, non-regular things have taken the main space. How to write it? Use the concept of VUCA world. VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. A terminology loved by most of the MBA profs. It originated first in US. It was used in the context of by US Army, was posed from there by Harvard. From Harvard, it has traveled all the way to India. The world today they talk about is a VUCA world, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. When you're talking about a startup, you have to do everything. When you're talking about a creative piece of work or an innovation you have talked about, again, this requires you to go beyond the normal call of duty. It can be some initiative at your college or something which you did out of passion. It can be something as simple as doing pottery or getting involved in a clay art or learning glass painting or creative piece or innovation, maybe coming up with a small solution to some perennial problem or some recurring problem which you had at your home, which you had in your school, which you had in your hostel, which you had in your college. You can always talk that about. You have been involved in a startup. Perhaps you'd have a lot to answer. Even if you have not been involved in a startup, you can even take examples from your workplace. That though I belong to a company which is very well established, still one of the incidents where it happened, and therein you can narrate that specific incident, which talked about how an innovative solution was proposed by you, or you were a part of, or how you did something very creative. Questions, if any, for question number 19, creative piece of work or innovation you have worked on, or any startup you have been involved with. Questions, if any, go ahead. Think we can move ahead? We'll wait for a couple of years and then I move ahead. Ankit Kapil talks about, I have published an Android application, but how should I answer this question? Should I just go about what is the app and how I started it? In this case, I will be talking about you should share the journey of the development of the app. What is the app all about? It can be mentioned even in one line, which would be there, but they'd be more interested in knowing about the journey rather than what the app is all about. It is composing music versus innovative marketing and business idea at office, which was rejected, which will be better. Composing music, Chitij. Is it mentioned? Is it enough if I mention a marketing campaign, Sakshi? Depends. That was the marketing campaign creative enough? Can you make it appear that it was okay? It was something really innovative. You can do that. Otherwise, you need to think a little more about it. Priyanka Kaushik, if I leave a questions answer blank, for example, I am not in sports, is it fine? Priyanka, if you have got nothing, perhaps you can leave it blank, not always advisable. You could have always played throw ball or kho or one or other thing which you'd like to mention. I always advise students not to leave any part blank, but if you have nothing, then don't do that. Aditya says, can it be as simple as that? I organized a dance event in college and the entire story. No, Aditya, it is not as simple as that. That will become again a part of what you have done in responsibility and everything. That would not be a part of doing something very innovative. Sagar Rathi talks about, I established a social startup where we mentor this. Yes, you can do that. Again, Sagar, you need to be very clear about what you have got for the other answers as well. Mayur Singhal does winning first prize in inter-school painting competition in city. Mayur, please try to understand. It's not about winning prizes. Over here, it is talking about doing something innovative. So it will not fall under this particular category which is there. Rajiv, the answer to your question is yes. Working in a startup project in analytics, can we mention this? The answer is yes. Yes, Ayush, the cultural fest where you made tons of money with your friend by putting up the stall, you can mention that. Shouldn't be a problem. Any other questions? Devraj, the question is, what if I don't find any? Don't sleep today. Work hard, figure out one, and then only go to bed. You have to find out one. You just can't say that, you know what, I want to leave it blank. Ayush, the answer is yes. I have already complimented you for the tons of money which you made. Any other questions? Please type yes if you want me to move ahead. Aditya, they said they always say that people are more interested in listening to success stories. If you have got a success stories, please mention about it. If you don't have, and if you still think it was an innovative thing, please do mention that. That's okay. Failure are also are a part of our life, but world generally appreciates the success. Omar, please go ahead, shoot your question. Omar, I will be waiting for your question. However, I am moving to the next question which would be there. Organizing for a typical day. Why do they ask? They want to know how do you organize. They want to gauge your managerial qualities. They want to look at your ability to organize, ability to look ahead, ability to take stock, ability to have backup plans, ability to balance between life and work. That is why they have asked you for a question that how do you organize yourself for a typical day. Now, what can be a very interesting answer to it? If you are not, if you are relatively physically fit, you can always talk about that. I always start my day walk, and while I am walking in my mind, I rehearse the way my entire day is going to shape up. I also have the habit of taking notes, and while going for a walk, I just go through my mobile phone once to look at what are the various important things planned for the day. I walk for roughly 30 minutes, and the best thing which happens apart from keeping me fit from this walk is at the end of my walk, I have organized my entire day wherein I make sure that I do keep aside 30 minutes in the evening just to be sure to be able to deal with any contingency which may arise during the day. You have demonstrated your ability to organize, ability to take stock, ability to have backup plans, and you have also said that you are able to maintain the balance between life and work. The second sample answer can be while in my office cab, I just go through my plans for the day and I run through them so that by the time I reach office, I am very clear about how my day is going to be. Answer number three can be while going to the bed every night, I plan for the next day. Now, these are the I'm just sharing few of the typical answers which you may like to consider. Questions, please shoot. Umar, we are talking about can I write about the prototype I have developed for the Indian Army? Has it been accepted? And anyway, the answer is yes. Saib, during internship, if I give the company a solution to their technical problem which help them save money, should I mention it? Omar, the answer is yes, you can absolutely do that. Saib talks about during if I gave the company a solution to their technical problem which help them. Yeah, please, you can mention that Saib, shouldn't be a problem. Other questions related to organizing for a typical day, please shoot across. I've given the sample answers as well. Shoot across if you have got any specific question. No, that's not. I just hope that you are, Omar, you are not working in DRDO, right? Ankit, you can write about how you break up your work in office, but You need to show it across. How do you plan it in advance? That is what is going to be the key. It's not about when it comes, this is what I do. Then in that case, you can do, Omar. If you're not working in DRDO, you can always mention it. Look at Silicon Valley. Most of their innovations are always hardcore technical in nature, which is fine, shouldn't be a problem. It demonstrates your ability to think beyond the obvious. That's okay, Omar. I have seen your last response as well. It's fine. There are managerial traits provided you are able to bring them out. Any questions or do I move ahead? Any questions? Okay, I think I get the permission now to move ahead. Question number 21, 22, 24, 25. They talk about situation in which you had too many things and had to prioritize. Describe an incident in your life that has changed your perspective, outlook towards life. Describe instances wherein you have been able to demonstrate leadership and team building. You encountered a conflict with senior team member colleague. Again, all typical questions to assess, gauge your managerial ability. Talking about question number 1, it is all about prioritization. It's all about how do you be able to handle multitasking. 2 is about the things which matter to you, knowing about what are the things which impact you. 24, it talks about leadership, team building, being proactive. 25, it talks about conflict resolution. I've written just 2 points. One is concept of length and breadth, and second is common mistakes. What is concept of length and breadth? The length of your candidature is since your childhood till today. That's the length of your journey so far. What is the breadth of your journey? Breadth of your journey is the various aspects of your personality, which can be academic, which can be technical, which can be related to your passion, which can be related to your hobbies, which can be related to something you are very much interested in, which can be related to your extracurricular activities, which can be related to various situations where you went out of your prescribed role and did the needful. The common mistake which you people do, either it is too much focused towards your professional life or it is too much focused towards your student life. Again, it is too much technical, it is too much personal, or it is too much extracurricular. Please draw a 3x3 matrix. School life, college life, and life after you have started working. These are the 3 quadrants on x-axis. I'm again repeating: school life, college life, and your professional life after you have started working. These are 3 quadrants on x-axis, or 3 marks on x-axis. The 3 marks on y-axis are academic, technical, extracurricular. 3 marks on y-axis are academic, technical, extracurricular. Or you may be just merge academic and technical. You can talk about academic, technical in 1. You can talk about extracurricular in 2 and personal in 3. Just draw the straight lines and complete the rectangle. You will have a 3x3 matrix. The square will be a 3x3 matrix. Please remember, whenever you're answering question number 21, 22, 24, 25, each one of them should fall in different quadrants. So, academic, maybe college, technical, academic or technical, either pick one from college, one from this your work which would be there. Again, when you're talking about personal, take one during your present life, during your college life, during your student life. Don't fill it all with, personal, personal, personal. Technical, 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 academic, 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 or college life, college life, college life, professional life, professional life, professional life. It has to be an amalgamation of both personal as well as professional life, and at the same time it can be academic, technical, it can be personal, it can be extracurricular. Please ensure that you have got the tick mark on maximum of the boxes. Reverting back, I'll be looking forward to your questions. Go ahead. Omar says, for question number 25, I seriously can't understand how to put it. I have actually had no tussles with my peers or seniors, a very amiable sort of guy. Do I need to make up something? The answer is yes, Omar. Do make up something. Cook up some stories. Cook some stories, Omar. You don't have a choice. I'll be waiting for the next 1 minute for the questions from you people. It may not be a blame game. It can just be a difference of opinion which you sorted out amicably. Question number 22. Yes, why not? You can talk about college life, Chitej. It is not about somebody was right or wrong. There are always three versions of truth, Omar. Your truth, my truth, and the actual truth. We are all victim of our own biases. What is required is again the ability to sit together, discuss threadbare, and come up with an amiable solution. Sagar, it can come in any of the two. It also depends upon what you have had on the other one. So think of two and then prioritize. Because you have one, it can come into either of the two which you are talking about. I just put across my mobile number in case you people, any one of you needs to discuss something on a one-to-one basis. I am available at this number. Also, if there is any specific group which you people have, I don't know, and you want to take any inputs, anyway, I have shared my number. You can just do that. Any questions for this? I'll be waiting for another 1 minute for questions, and then I'll be moving on to question number 23. 22, can it be academics in college life? So how did it change your life, Rajiv? Rajiv, how did the academics in college life changed your outlook perspective towards life? It can be your entire college life. It cannot be, academics, unless until there is something which is very drastic which has happened. Driving down to Goa from Delhi, nearly met with a near-death accident. Survived. Will that do? It will fly. But just be safe while driving from next time onwards. May God bless you. Just take care in the future. Don't get into such accidents. Raji, we are talking about, yeah, London. Agreed. I will just edit it, Omar. Please don't drive above 120 on any highway in India or even expressway for that matter. It can be if you think it played an important role, Rajiv. See, let me tell you, for all these questions, you are the best judge. It can be anything, but be very sure about how it has impacted you as a person. It can be academics in college or anything. Just ensure how has it impacted and helped you develop as a person. Any other questions? Go ahead. Otherwise, I move to the question number 23. Okay, moving on to question number 23. It talks about national global event. I've jotted down few: Brexit, Trump, demonetization, China-Pakistan economic corridor, Afghan, Russia, China axis, oil prices, Middle East economy. Take your pick, read it well, and then share your interpretation about the same. Again, no right, no wrong answers. No right, no wrong answers, but they want you to study a little bit, know at least about one event on which they can get to grill you very easily. Whichever one you mention, please remember, be very, very, very well prepared for that, because they are going to absolutely grill you to the core on this question. I've just noted down 7 which came to my mind, the top 7: Brexit, Trump election, demonetization, CPEC, that is China Pakistan economic corridor, Afghan Russia China axis, oil prices. At one point of time they were the lowest, then they were now they have again started surging back. Middle East economy, because a lot of countries which were exporting a lot of material and manpower to Middle East economy, because of this under crisis, how is it going to affect the global economy? So this can be a few of the things which you may like to consider. Questions? Again, back to questions. I shared the 7 top ones which came to my mind. I talked about Brexit, I talked about demonetization, Trump election, China Pakistan economic corridor, I talked about Afghanistan, Russia China axis. Then I talked about the oil prices. They were at an all-time low. Now they have gone high again. What does it mean? Then over there you need to know about the shale gas, and then you need to know about economy which is heavily dependent upon oil, what it means for that. And the last one I talked about the change in the Middle East economy, will the monarchy survive or will the monarchy collapse? Because first time they are facing the pinch of economic strain. Will people revolt? Will there be another mass uprising in Middle East? So all these are something which you may like to keep in mind while you're writing answer to this question. So for question number 23, shoot across whatever questions you have. Question number 23, any questions, any pointers which you have, shoot across. Totally agree. A lot of people will talk about demonetization. Omar, if you can prepare some other topic, please do that. You can write about that, Aditya. But to be honest, I don't know much about Kigali Agreement. Yeah, so Omar, you still have good time to prepare. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You are right. Demonetization is easy to prepare. A lot of people will write on that. So work extra, little hard, sleep for a couple of hours less for the next 5 days. Pick up another topic and prepare on that. Questions, questions, questions. Shoot, if any. No questions? Type no if you don't have any questions, and then I will be moving next. Thanks, Aditya. Others? Priyanka, okay, cool. Couple of more no's. Sakshi, no. Good. One more no, and then I move next. Yes, Rajiv, it includes your view because you have to tell why do you think it is going to have a long-term impact on the world of business. It does include your view. But more importantly, before your view should come the data. A little bit of your view, but mostly it should be data. Okay, good. So I've got 4 no's. I move ahead. Let me move to question number 26. Question number 26, it talks about any other thing which you think can help your candidature. What can be few of the sample answers you can write there? I have been born and brought up in an army family, highly disciplined, taught me the virtue of hard work. Number 2, my father was in a government servant, maybe a banker or someone, constantly transferable job. What did it tell me? It helped me adapt to various situations, various societies, various cultures. And today I don't have a location constraint. I can adapt very easily with people. 3, what Priyanka had talked about, that I have spent 6 years learning Kathak. Can I do that? Yes. What does it tell about me? What it tells about me is if I'm passionate towards something, I take it to its logical conclusion. Number 4, someone talked about if I have learned foreign language, can I mention it? The answer is yes, you can mention it. That again, beyond the normal scope of things, I learned all these things. So once I decide to go abroad or have some more, even if I put in a foreign land, I will be very comfortable. Not even in a foreign land, if I have to interact with foreigners, perhaps I'll be more comfortable than some of my peers. So these are 4 or 5 things which came to my mind offhand, which you can always talk about, that these are few things which are going to, if there has been some family thing which you feel makes you a different person, if your upbringing has been so, you can always talk about those things. Anything which you think has not been covered in the remaining 25 questions. Now I'll be waiting for next 5 minutes. It's your turn. Keep on shooting the questions and I will be answering them to best of my ability. Go ahead. Next 5 minutes are yours. Any questions? Shoot. Five minutes. Any questions? Please shoot. Rajiv, are you a fresher? So answering one by one, Rajiv, are you a fresher? In that case, you may not mention that unless again you have done something exceptionally well. Omar, the only thing which you need to do is screen out the managerial learnings from your technical projects and share that from these things I have learned these managerial attributes. I understand that, Omar, but you need to work or rework upon your CV. One of the major things which you people do, you are too lazy. You just submit the same CV which you have done for a job change. Does not work. You need to rework upon your CV, and then you need to present it so that it tells the interviewer that here you have got the connect of the managerial understanding even while you were doing technical jobs. So actually, the marketing campaign I worked on is an innovative, not a, it was a part of a startup by other college. This is a, Sakshi, I don't know what are your other college instances, so I'll not be able to say. If it was a part of startup, you can say that. I've learned swimming myself to the level that I have even jumped to 32 feet water myself from third floor. Priyanka, my first thing first, I hope it was under expert supervision. If it was a stunt, please don't mention it. If it has been done under an expert supervision, yes, you can do it. It tells when you're talking about this, I will tell you which question you may like to put it. Difficult situation, no, this, you too many things, this. So you can always talk about this was one incident in my life that changed my perspective, outlook towards life. You can mention over there. It's about coming up with a college event. So Priyanka, again, I'm saying, if it was under expert supervision, please, you can always mention that. As I shared, one incident that I learned the swimming all myself, and I could even dive from that length, which gave me the belief and faith in myself that I can do whatever I do, provided I just work hard towards the same. Sakshi, it's about coming up with a college event. In that case, I will suggest you go ahead with the startup thing which is there. Aditya, in the tell me about yourself, many things mentioned in the form are gonna repeat. Is it okay? They may ask you, Aditya, even this question, tell me something about yourself which you have not mentioned in your form. So be prepared for that question as well. Yes, some of the things will be repeated, but you should not come across that you have just mugged up the form and you're gonna repeat. Any other questions? Participants, please shoot across. Rajiv, your goal was in product management. IIFT is about international business. Will it work? I honestly don't think that I need to answer it. It's an absolute personal question. You need to decide yourself. You have to convince IIFT that why should they select you. It should not happen the other way around, that IIFT is out there to convince you that, hey, we are good for you. It's an absolute personal choice. Thanks, Aditya. Any other questions? Thanks, Priyanka. You're welcome. Like my provider is tech, but I have handed roles pertaining to organizing hirings interview. Yeah, so please mention all of that. That's a very wonderful insight, Omar. Yes, spin around, spin a story around. Please mention you. Please keep in mind you're not stumped. You can mention that, sir. You can mention that, Chitej. If you have nothing else better to mention, you can mention that. Thanks, Ankit. You're welcome. Omar, I have my 5 years goal. Don't go along with it. So rework on the 5 years goal, Omar. I know where you are coming from. You are a geek, stuck in a, you know, stuck in a company you want, or maybe you want to move ahead in your career. You want, again, please understand, Omar, you may want to be a business analyst, but you have to ensure that, everything has to fit in one particular way. You cannot say just because I want to be a business analyst. You need to prove your candidature. So you need to do a little more work on how do I connect the dots. That is where you need to work a lot. That's what my take would be. Siddharth says, I'm working for innovative mobile solutions for African region. Can I put this in question number 13? What is question number 13? Oh, sorry, 19. No, yeah, that's a part of your job. Yes, Nikhil, you can do that. That's part of your job. That's not a part of an innovation or something great. So you can't mention that in question number 19. Nikhil, yes, you can write that. Priyanka, never mention about HR in an IIFT interview. IIFT is not about HR. So that will be suicidal. Confusion is normal. That is what I can assure you. Omar, blah, 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 blah. Uh, See, Omar, at this point of time, your focus should be about cracking the interview. The focus should not be about, knowing what to do in life. Look at, if operation management seems a more defendable option, go for operations management. Afterward, change it. Yeah, who stops you? But for that, you need to first get an entry into IIFT. Priyanka, my answer again is confusion is normal, but don't even mention about HR in this IIFT interview. Question number 10. Online courses of Coursera. Yeah, please do mention. It says online courses. You can mention that. Okay. Thank you so much, participants. It was lovely being with you people. I have anyway shared my details, and also let me share with you that this entire recording would be available. The needful URL would be shared with you people. You can view it later as well. That would be the recording would be available for your perusal, just in case you want to go back to few of the discussions which we had. It would be available there with you people. Fine, thank you so much. Wish you all the best for IIFT as well as for all other interview calls which you'd be getting. Thank you so much.